with regards to the upcoming lower level elections. They're on the way, but of course now the studio we get to play host to the APC public relation officer Wina Sidia Tunis, and also we get Lucian and Momo from PPRC, as we can discuss issues surrounding this particular petition. Continue for watch and drop your number to the inbox, and also drop into the different platform that we say they watch with from this morning.
All right, the breakfast show they continue, and I just want to welcome one of his studio guests them already don't come. We in Lucien Momo, in the Director of Training and External Relations, now the PPRC, the Political Parties Regulation Commission. And they are this morning for council with the objections and where they be get during the 30 days window period, where they be gazette the All People's Congress APC party then rules and regulations them for SICA, the internal elections where they get for begin get shortly. What's another objections here? Now that they cancel with this morning, we still expect CDI Tunis for join we in the studio from the All People's Congress APC party. We go cancel, we waiting and make up of the objections them we come for SICA then rules them, and also waiting they do towards the objections then, because we know that according to the party timeline, then we know now inside October then supposed for begin the internal elections. Good morning, Mr. Momo, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, and alhamdulillah.
All right, before we can look specifically inside the All People's Congress APC party, the objections them where the PPRC get when have been gazettes and rules and regulations then, let me just make for the benefits of the public, normally where the PPRC can gazette them particular documents here, because it is for all political party. When they want get internal elections, they don't forget rules of the game where they not will just take to the membership, but they go through them procedures here. Take me through that procedure there of gazetting, how it can sound like.
Well, of course, sections 25 of the 2022 Act number 25 of 2022 say whenever a political party want for change, or want for review the constitution, the rules and regulations, for send them to PPRC, so that we in turn, within 14 days when they send them to we for make sure say it be gazetted by inside the government gazette where the government printer always do. So we receive the internal rules and regulations for the All People's Congress, and then we gazette them, and the date of the gazette ends on the 11th of September. And we in turn as a commission, we send the objection that we come inside to the party for let them respond to the objections, and then within 14 days, it different from the complaints will be get for. So this one I'll get for do with the rules and regulations with political party then. But let me just tell you how it come about for the political party then making the rules and regulations. When we discuss when the SLPP been go delegates conference in December 2012, we cannot say the party them all a constitution no more than get, and then constitution they also they somehow make the chairman and leader them so powerful that they can overturn elections, and they dictate the pace of elections at the lowest level, at the zone or the ward level. So we say no. Even with the constitution give rights here them for holding kind of by election, and so them for develop rules. Even the act say them forget rules. That rules they tell you how do they manage the elections then from that bottom level, when like the foundation level of the party, take come up to the national level, and take go to the level of electing them flag bearers. So the SLPP develop them, and then when the APC said they review their own constitution, that was the advice we give them for like they develop rules and regulations. When we register and GC for themselves develop rules and regulations, and would they be in the other political parties themselves for them develop rules and regulations for avoid problems tomorrow? Because if you don't make the chairman so powerful that even at zonal level, if the chairman get interest, it will begin to try for influence delegates, and from that level they take them up. But if the level where they on top the ward or zonal level, they decide where they get chiefdoms. Now the chiefdom and they conduct
So now so it dey. So when the chiefdom self they go up, when they do their own elections, now the constituency will conduct. But for freedom, we will not get chiefdom. From the first level, now the constituency. And when the constituency their own election term reach, now the district they conduct for them. When the district their own term reach, now the regional. When the regional their own term reach, now the national they conduct for them. And then when the national their own term reach, and they form NEC and they form their own electoral body, where now then they get representative from all the regions them, where now then they in charge for conduct the national election, and then they in charge back when they go the next meeting for conduct the elections for flag bearer. So basically the rules and regulations come as part of that, because one for avoid two people inside the government rules and regulations. We get for the route over 1,000, 2,000 people and within the political party, and just can't push something on them where they don't understand, they don't know.
So them rules and regulations there, Lucian, is it purely meant for these lower level elections and every other elections where the All People's Congress Party get for hold?
Yes, when they say the lower level elections, it not mean say not just ward level. It can say to the national elections where then they elect the national chairman, then we elect the executive, the national executive at all level. When they say national, the national executive, it not mean say now the executive they not more than free tongue. Then one the way they lead now they region them. Then they self the part of national executive. Then one the way they are doing a diaspora, because the diaspora self then they consider it as region now the political parties them. We will see when the SFP then do this them lower level election we done, then get I think 2 more regions we come inside. I think Canada and one other one we come inside as a region, because then get people and where they out there. So then self the leadership of them regions then they only form part of the national officers of the party. So for make sure say people foul playing all the some like I may say before, let few people not go sit down at the young small corner. They go right see where they suit them no more, they can't push around the throat. They make the law say whenever they want to change anything, now the constitution or the rules and the regulations, then they count and to for level gazette, and not for the membership no more. For even the one they vote say for no. Because sometimes tomorrow they go on for be member of that party day, and sometimes tomorrow they go on for vote for that party day, so that themselves as Sierra Leoneans can see, not to them no more, they look at more. We self as PPRC, we look at the rules and regulations and see also some of the loopholes, then we try for tell them for like then go for make and make in follow democratic principle as 35(2) of the Political Parties Act say.
But 14 days for look at them particular rules and regulations. Yeah, one go on as say is 14 days enough for exhaust the rules and regulations and for the internal elections?
Well, I think say 14 days. We look at the parameter of law, because PPRC will get the powers of the High Court. If somebody can make complaint to you, you forget 14 days for let you respond. Whatever big it may be, you get 14 days for respond. When the 14 days reach, if you're able for respond, now your responsibility again for ask for extension of time. But what will they say in this matter? We always they give 14 days. Because the High Court rules now and then for the person respond to whatever complaint or when come of petition or objections come for that individual day. So I think because we all know say same nothing at their favor. In February, the lifespan of the current executive they end. And we all know say the law now just give them 6 months for extend. So one to make sure say within that 14 days, don't mean say that 14 days then for respond. They say within 14 days. If the All People's Congress able to respond today or tomorrow, we will send the response to the objection. And so the party don't say we don't agree with the response. If you're not agree, then we can bring them come at the table, both sides, and can look at the objections. They able for agree and disagree. We'll get a clean document. We'll send back for Gazette. And this time we'll go Gazette for 14 days. We need a call for objection. The one that will make the law and get sense. Because if we call for objection for the second time, people they want to play mischief. We maybe not members of the APC. We something that people will get grudge with the party, then go count objection back for wasting time. So the one that we make the law, you're not getting the second time for send any objection again. The second one will go the petition, will the Gazette for 14 days, for another 14 days. Now for let it become law. I say 14 days so now it become law. Then the APC can call them the NAC meeting and fix the dates them how they go the lower level elections.
So let me go now to a 14 days period where they elapse first phase. Any objection being come during the 14 days where we being gazettes for them?
No, if we tell gazettes now for 30 days. We get objections to come. I think about 10 or 12 objections to come from different members of the public. And some people in the OK will identify and say that members of the party, when they send objections. The 30 days for objection in don't pass. Now on Friday we don't send the objection then all to them for let them respond to the objection and they. Some of the things then they will go in at the objection when they came for address, maybe sometimes people they don't understand. Because I can recall the last time where they do the last rules and regulations where expire will make them review this one year. So I remember one objection because like person like Sylvia Blyden, like I only get 50 something, about 80 something pages. When we go to the mediation, certain things they were able to explain to them, able to understand. They able for left hand. So certain things they were not able to understand, they will forget to compromise as to how for rephrase. If not rephrase for rephraser, who's one for pull, who's one for put, now so it can happen. So if the party respond before the 14 days, then it is fine and well. We can still go and get the petitioners then back, we send them petition, say, now so the party don't respond. We agree. If they agree, then it is closed. We petition, we get that again for 14 days, it become law, and then the party can carry on with the business for electing leaders then from the first level.
The nature them of what's the nature them of the kind objection we come for the rules and regulations so far? How serious the objection then be based on what I don't see?
Well, the common discourse way around we look at the rules and regulations. I think Article 12 of the rules and regulations, so we get that it is sync with sections 56B, where they look at the number of years we people for them for don't take the party. Some other objection and they will come. Like one person objection will come, I'm not going to remember the name pass, I go watch me phone. It's like saying petition, the one who rules and regulations, because in petition long tail the section they always way they object ban, every day. And some other one I can remember is about the powers given to the National Secretary General. They say the National Secretary General, why not info begin a pick date for election when a zonal level, take go diaspora, somebody bring that issue. We self as a commission, we look at the rules and regulations. USA will say sometimes the one who object no see, who self can bring them up with the party. Say no, this we need for local, for like it go in tandem with party constitution and of course with the national and constitution and this country. Even ECSL and ECSL, they get the commissioner at different levels. So not to one person, So they bring their kind of objection and they.
So you talk about when there are objections that we come on, I can call and look at certain issues that we members of the public or even members within the party objects. Then from there, if they agree to certain laws and the way, probably then would able for settle on I can move ahead. If you have a greater number of people we bring objections and then strongly they are against certain rules and regulations within the PPRC they do with it. That's why now they get the urge for move forward or until certain of the issues and they address them before moving forward for Gazette.
Okay, let's just make one correction. I misquote one section just now. It will be sections 14.2 of the rules and regulations where they in line with 56B where they talk about 5 years and that. So now when an objection comes, election and 100 objection come, we treat out the seriousness with a debate. We don't send all the objections into the party. From we self the pick out some of the things that we not get nothing for do with the rules and regulations. Some people they quote section that we not get nothing for do with the APC, with APC rules and regulations. We never even get for do with party business, So in that light, we don't send them to the party. I believe that the party themselves like also go pick some of the things that were not relevant. They self in their response will say no, they are not relevant. Get nothing for do with the party in the rules and regulations. So when the objectors then go kind of maybe they're not aware, something them one quote. Even the Political Parties Act, the person say a Political Parties Act of 1997. No one ever get Political Parties Act of 1997. But we go look back the section where the quotation don't get nothing for do with the All People's Congress. So we're not going to countenance down there. The only thing we will tell the objection is that this section we rely on, it don't exist. Maybe now that he want talk or so, but it don't exist. And then we will go ahead with the things them way we think say or we believe say a germane to the rules and regulations where the party don't set for themselves.
Like you say, at times some people can just want for be deliberate for delay the whole process, and from waiting on ourselves on the peak, some man they even make objections to things we not exist. So in this case, how the PPRC can handle the issue and the way people at times deliberately go make objection where they no say not substantial? Are there any penalties for the instance in the?
But I think now the people they right for make objections, and it can make them knowingly or unknowingly. I know we say deliberately people that make the objections, because that they right for object. If their objection not in place, a simple thing. When we go to the mediation table or when the party go to respond, we go send the response to you say, this way on a sense, in order in place. I think we not go bother waste the time with that issue there. The issue within in place, we get for deal directly with the party. If the party don't address them, we don't send them to you. If you don't agree, we can sit down. You and the party. And reasonably, we'll go with detective now, we stand while waste the people and them or not. Because if the people explain, like I mean, say the last time, we'll get a lot of I think the last time will take something like 3 weeks or 1 month. But look at the last rules and regulations of the All People's Congress before they go to the lower level elections, before the 2023 elections. So would they take with them and make sure say anybody who lay complicated petition will make sure say they read them. When they read them, when they could be convinced, the party will convince they will able to convince them, and then they can pass. When we're able to convince themselves, then maybe we can advise say this one as on a pull.
So if we compare the last time we look at the rules and regulations to this one, the objections that we come from this one, are they lower than the past or they higher?
They're small tail, they're not reach 0.5% safe of the one that we objected last time, because for let we able for the dates for let them done like Thursday, maybe the other week we able for Senate to them for respond. Not say they not be boku, like I say about 12 or so and petitions and they can say some former honorable members of parliament, some other member the way we will identify say they were also members of the party. So man send under the petition objection with them saying just like an advisory note like to the party. So the party will get to take all of that into consideration. But for your question, the number this trip is small because the last time we get well over 100, of petitions. Some people themselves now applying and get for common camp. For for learning carry their own side of waiting they not been believed. Like I'm saying, number one game person they get 80-something pages, of petition. This trip I not think say we get 10 pages of petition. The only one where I will see or two I will see where I go to no more. It's like I was saying the whole thing, the person the petition. Because also I get over 12 issues per one green petition, and one okay, even former honorable member of parliament Ibrahim Bundu, the whole petition. Well, this one is Emmanuel Sa something, and this Ibrahim by Tarawali. They tell the one whole document in a petition. So we expect to let the party look into them, and whilst we serve as a commission, we look at the rules and regulations, we look at the constitution, and we look at the Political Parties Act and the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
So them petitions and we can come in. At times you can get strong petition and valid petitions that we can come to the PPRC. You feel say that go disturb the timetable for the lower level elections if the party able for address or PPRC and the party able for come together for able for address them petitions and objection they ahead of the lower level elections and they come.
Well, of course, the timetable already don't be disturbed because from the first initial NAC meeting them in all, I think they may first start the lower level election sometime in August. But because they realize say the rules and regulation were obsolete, they may, because the rules and regulation get lifespan, and then may get for need for review, they make them don't count them, and then they make us say after this all of this process, then we for go NAC meeting, when they go fix date them, when they go begin the lower level elections then.
Normally, if possible, let members of the public during that window period make objection to any of the political party rules and regulations. It ever happen?
Yes, of course. If you look at all the time they would not begin public gazette them or public notice of gazette for even the constitution then first, not for talk about the rules and regulations. We always they ensure that when we publish the rules, the public notice for the rules and the regulation of the constitution, would always invite objections from the public, because PPRC they exist for make sure say political party then become accountable to the membership and to the electorates. So because of it, for them for be accountable to the electorate, when I inform a good number of people they vote for them, because then political party will not go again at this country, even the APC and the SFPP, the members they will get, they will make their win elections in this country. But the people who they rely on, when they want for can govern, when they get for vote for them for no, waiting in an party constitution and rules and regulation. Something tomorrow, then people they go out for join the party, go out for join being a member of a political party. So you go pick between the 17 registered political party the way we get Nasalon, looking into the rules and regulations, the constitution, the internal democracy, how they organize themselves for them be member. So always would they always refer to I can call say somebody call me, I think I don't know, you know, be understand. They say, Lucien, why they want to gazette rules and regulation ask for the public? Now say this don't be the normal thing, because now the law now say the party for be accountable to the membership and for be accountable to the electorate. It will show me proof. I send SFPP yon, I send APC their own, together I send even NGC their own, and other political party their own them. For just proof say we can always the calling us, so the law say, not to we say so now, so the law say.
This one we just conclude, this window period we just conclude for the APC. Any member of the public we make objection regarding these rules under the membership no more.
I'm not able for decipher, like I said before, all man. So man and name no more inputs, but I go tell you, like I make mention of two honorable this now. Honorable Ibrahim Bundu, I think former honorable, not the honorable Coulson, you know, himself make an objection. That one they we able identify and say they were, and I see somebody with self count petition, I know go watch where did I go night time book, but I know say that individual is a member of the party.
Say the process and procedure for make the objection. Is it that there's a form where you feel for indicates whether you're not a member of that particular political party there, or nothing like that's not the procedure?
Part of we core values and principles and confidentiality. Not to all man want for make you know saying a member of a political party. So you can't say me na Dixon Kamara at this so I mean a concern Sayarinia. We not go full sound for let it tell you whose party they. Not to all man want for no. The one they want for no sin a party then they like me brother or those kind of size so just now see the all man no say it didn't have a political party, but not to all man want for like they know say they didn't have a political party.
Alright, Lucien Momo, continue for the weeks in the studio. We'll come back to you shortly. You still watch the breakfast show na Liberty Online TV, and tell you say today we look at the objections them way come out from the public and the APC membership as the PPRC don't gazette and rules and regulations them ahead of the internal elections we go begin just now. Now we can hear from the APC the objections them where they don't receive, how they plan for handle their objections here and moving forward, whether or not this will affect the timeline for the internal elections. Now all of the issues and they will discuss, and I want to welcome now the studio from the APC, CDA Tunis, when at the National Publicity Secretary. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast.
Good morning, Mabel. Thank you very much for getting me out.
Just start for confirm first for we hear from Lucien Momo. We just don't say they receive about 10 objections from people them we get issues with wait una be don gazette for sake the internal elections we una will get shortly. Una don't receive the documents and they for the APC?
Yes, we don't receive them documents and they from the PPRC a couple of days ago, and we review them also as a party so that we go respond quickly to their objections then they, so we don't go further delay we own process already.
How we go describe waiting una see in terms of the objection then we come in?
I mean, to be honest with you, Mabel, plenty of them really will not be feel say we for suppose forget them. Simply because when it comes to the rules that we'll send to PPRC, we do them the way how we do them deliberately because we be want for avoid them kind things there. So that make we specifically and deliberately decide say, okay, since we constitution already go through all the processes way for go through the PPRC be don't send them out, people that don't object, you know, they don't gazette, they don't go back to courts, the courts have to adopt. Let we stay within the provisions of the constitution. And all of the rules then we will send to PPRC, now rules them we come out from the APC constitution. Not you know they will send, we not the inside with constitution. So for let the constitution already go through them process then they, and for let also now this same constitution I care we go now the 2022 conventions that will do up to the 2023 National Delegates Conference for let people then come again for object things that we do inside, especially them when our APC members. Because if something they inside the constitution, you very well know say process, even if you want for change, now amendments will get for do. And for do amendments, process then the way for follow for amend constitution. So for let you know all of that one day, then you go object back, it means you get other intention. So we, you know, stay within with constitution, and that make we kind of surprised that some people go do some of the objections. Some of them, they don't make sense to recess. You know, you go really see say this person do no more for deliberately delay the APC process because you know say the law require we for wait for let PPRC deal with all of the objections then they for let we able for do anything. So we just think and say some of them people and they then deliberately just object so that then go delay with your internal processes for complete for prepare ourselves ahead of 2026.
What kind of objections the way for una consider and say now just deliberate acts, people just make the objections a day for delay una? Like what's the nature of the objection?
For example, if you go object to something where they inside the APC constitution, say, okay, well, Article 56, the 5-year, for example, duration clause with a puller. Or you say, oh, this person will hold this position enough for holder. That's one of the objection and Andy. This person will hold this particular position right now. We get this issue with enough for hold this position. So if you do that, Andy, first of all, you have for first to understand, say, for every position inside the APC, we get duration clause for her. You know, the just guy inside the party today, you expect for whole position. Parties are based on philosophies and ideologies, and that make the national constitution very deliberate, where it give the party then the powers for set their own rules then. Because the constitution also want for ensure say they're able for protect political parties from their membership. And that make also then say, just like how the national constitution gets supremacy, when it comes to membership of political parties, then the political party constitution also gets supremacy. Every provision inside your constitution, once it don't pass through the due processes of the law, you bound by then provision then they inside your constitution, you as member of that party day.
I just want to take you quickly, CD, to the 10 objections that we people make. Like you mentioned inside your opening, some of them they will not make sense to the party because the party want to concentrate on issues we get to do with the constitution. For your own point, is there any of the objection within the 10 we make sense to the party PC on a need for the reform?
No, none of their objection and they then 10 and they really not be supposed for coming, to be honest. Because like I say, here is a constitution. We are all in this country. I don't feel say constitution we don't go through the kind of rigor with this particular constitution go through before it really become the working document of the APC. This constitution spent weeks, if not months, na PPRC. My brother Lucian go tell you. And the thing with the monarch, some of them names they see object so now. When we go back to records, these are the same people. Some of them will be object back. Like for example, this duration clause where they talk about this 5 years. When we do the constitution originally, it was 10. Now the challenge where people go challenge them, when we go debate, now PPRC will be there for reduce until 5 before it even become now we work in document. And people get for understand, say, like I can always say, when you want for contest for any position at ward level, you get 1 year membership, constituency 2 years, from regional all the way up to the presidential candidate, now 5 years. Me self we sit on that particular clause they applicable to me as National Publicity Secretary. I for run at the party for 5 continuous years. We are running a political party based on philosophies, ideologies, and we also answerable to the membership.
But there is another objection you comment on. I think Lucian mentioned about that earlier on. The one we get to do the National Secretary General, we get the responsibility for set dates for all the elections within the party. I think somebody get an objection with regards to that.
Not to the National Secretary General just they announce the dates. You see, this is where I say people get for they understand the constitution. The National Secretary General just they announce the date. Now the National Advisory Committee, when are the second highest decision-making body as per the constitution, and then they sit down based on all waiting we don't complete and based on all waiting the constitution say. The constitution give timeline as to when all them things then they for happen. The constitution give timeline as to how long we for them publish we voters register for every convention before that convention they happen. All they inside the constitution. For let we decide on when dates election for start. Now the National Advisory Committee they sit down based on the provisions and the constitution. They agree say, okay, for World Convention, since we don't complete the process, then now this time we start. For district, now this time. Constituency, now this time. When they don't agree on all our day, all waiting the Secretary General they do now for put them out to the public. Say that this NAC don't agree on. Not to Secretary General, they set date as how that person they do. No. Not to the set date.
One of the objections and way you make mention of we get for do with the timeline where somebody will become member of the party for contest for certain positions. Last week we been get Boyman Michael Ture na the breakfast show. We've been confirmed so we say in one panel people and we don't make any objection. Although not been given details of what they object to for the APC, because when you talk about this particular clause now on our party, the first thing where they come na people in mind. Now the Samsumana issue. If you be say na Brian Michael Ture in objection that day, like how we said been confirmed say make objection, but you not give you details. You feel say this been deliberate for let the party delay towards una internal elections. If they come from the Samsumana camp.
I honestly believe say they're all deliberate. When you look at, for example, Honorable Lucia mentioned Honorable Ibrahim Bundu. These are the people we deal with Alfred Peter Conte, we leading into 2023 elections, then give you a lot of problem. Almami Kosinture, we object so. Now one of the people that we want for be flag bearer. And leading into 2023, he was with Sam Sumana. So it's not difficult for them you understand, saying that the same set of people. And I always say, we know they make constitution for individuals. We they make constitution for the entire membership of the party, and the constitution for stay within the laws of the country. We know, say, as a party, we not violate any provision of the national constitution when it comes to the rules that we will get inside we party. So if that was the case, I don't feel say the court of this country for to adopt that constitution day. I don't feel say the PPRC self for to allow that constitution day for stand, because that is why the PPRC exists, for regulate we the political parties then, for ensure say not only that we remain answerable to the membership as per the law, but we for also ensure say we stay within the provisions of the national laws of this country. So if we violate any part of the national constitution, as how some of them people in the claim, we not feel say that constitution therefore don't be the working document of the APC. But for the fact say we don't go through all of them processes, then they and some of these same people, because if you look back to record, the same Almami Kosinture been challenged back leading into 2023. Been challenged. You understand? And for let you see the same names then they appear again by challenges, petition. It means some people are just deliberate in their actions for make sure say they continue for hurt the APC.
So if they confirm say some of our members them just deliberate in their actions so they make the objections, what's in the particular for do for look into the objections here? Because I think we una supposed for look into.
We answerable to the PPRC and to the membership through the PPRC. They don't make their petitions through the PPRC. The PPRC don't send them to we. We self get for respond to the PPRC with we own facts, with we own evidence. Then you understand. So at the end of the day, when the PPRC call we, whatever action they require of us, we will do that, because that is what the law says. That's the PPRC for regulatory. So them petition and they don't go through them. So we self get for go make we own case to them, for make themselves see say no, these are not legitimate petitions. Yes, we answerable to a membership, but also as a party, now this the law require of we. And waiting the law require of we as a political party, now we don't do. We not hamburg anybody. And maybe I want to see this. Article 56 of the APC constitution is such that people get to understand. One, will they also protect the party? Then two, Article 56 been geared towards making sure that we don't get leadership gap. Now we party. We constitution say certain position and the way you hold them. If you want for run for flag bearer, for example, you for resign 6 months. And that make you find out, say, if you know now, with national executive, a lean, it's small, because some people and they don't resign. But for ensure, say, leadership gap, not they, now make, if you go to 56D, because people then just they pay attention to 56B no more in 5 years. 56D ain't say the national chairman of the party not for run for flag bearer. So why they see the chairman they go complain say we discriminate? It is there. So you get a choice. Seeing that for let you run for that position day.
So how you go?
Because and the reason why we do that, Mabel, if all man resign, including the national chairman, leadership gap no go there, the party go there in chaos. So people get to understand when they do constitution, the intent behind the provisions that we they put out, not to for target any individual.
Worried say perhaps possibility this on a membership, no waiting the inside on a constitution, or then people like you been say earlier, then just they do them for the sake.
Some not know, some are being used for petition, but some of them know. But just they do it deliberately because they know say this whole thing maybe me see and say, I mean I know they cast aspersions, but me see and say some of them are deliberate intent for one, delay we, that is one. Then secondly, some of them feel say, you know, because we the opposition, the law not go there in we favor. Some of them man the way petition. Some people don't even brag to we say we go show and say now we get the Chief Justice. Yes. Some people don't brag to we that way they. We go show and say now we get the Chief Justice. Ebo.
On a membership?
Some of them people away petition so. They don't brag to we say, then go show we say now then get the Chief Justice. We believe in the law. We dey stay with the law. We get every confidence in the judiciary of this country, including the Chief Justice say, who side the law applicable, the law will be applicable fairly. So we personal relationship with anybody in the judiciary, not gonna make we consider they brag. We feel say we go do the wrong thing and then go support we know.
That just brings Lucien in on this. We just heard from CD. I been asked you earlier, Usai on a fed until some people just do thing for do sake for delay the party. And then kind of circumstance here when self just don't testify say some of them people here with petition, even though they brag say, then go show them say now they get XYZ, where perhaps go attempt for delay the process where they want for do them calendar. The PPRC we can advise on how for handle Lenka issue here, where the party clearly know say certain people do deliberately for delay them. What can advise?
Well, we wait for the response, and it can be in good way we they get them discussion there. So because from where then conversation there so don't begin. As a commission, we they make sure so we they monitor the media across the country, you know, on their issue there. We they pick some things then from the discussions that we don't hear from everybody. So our responsibility now for look at the response from the party, look at the complaint. If it makes no sense, if the party say it not makes sense, we send them to the post. Say the party say no. If we say it makes sense, we will call them and sit down. And then we as a commission go for look at them and tell the party say it makes sense or not. We'll tell the opposition say this petition will not think say it gets any sense. So, but normally you two can do them of all political parties intentional. When they put on the act say PPRC for play mediatory role. That mediatory role they now for avoid political parties for going to court. Now you make at some point you could always call them. Now we can complain. Now we can complain. Una believe in the ideology of una party. Una go sit down as members of the same political party. Una not bother them. Some man don't even don't marry itself inside political party. They don't be family now. Una go sit down and see how una can settle this thing here. So, you know, let una come up with something for we. Because we not elect that situation where we go to the extent now for carry the riot act now say, no, I think say if this be so, you can't with this, it not make sense. So we dismiss them. We self can dismiss petition at PPRC. We don't dismiss a lot of them.
So how genuine the PPRC can be for mediate on certain petitions where they can during that 30 days review session of some of the petitions if they can?
But I think City will tell you say PPRC play a very great role for make sure say the rules, regulations, then and constitution then pass the test of time. So that inside will say no, this one will not say not pass mark. Like you say, before now that 56 be I've been saying. Then massage and count down to 5. I go recall one petition the way Dr. Sylvia Blythe and Mengi at the last rules and regulations. Now I get the biggest more 85 page. We take like 2 or 3 days, but you want no more. Sat inside the queen see they say it not be understand. But when they explain to her, they say I withdraw. Sat inside the way he understand, they understand, say understand. So they agree and disagree, rephrase and make them how they all agree saying that's for me. So that's what we can always do. If they happen the SLPP, NGC self-regular rules and regulations, it happen. And I go tell you say we mediate the role. It don't advantage APC and SLPP. So in 2005 we have been at court for the 1995 and constitution where they say this if we not make fine, we go more away. So they make fine and pull them case in a court to PPRC. We saw when they win elections. Same with SLPP. 2012 to 2016, they go on to 2017.
Then get court corner, court come now to PPRC corner court, and always the judge. Let me just make this very clear to members of the All People's Congress. Elective PPRC don't give ruling. You don't go say you dey go to the court. After you would always waste your time, say the judge get for tell them say there is a commission we get mediate role. Una go let them go mediate. Una give them back when they mediate in court. Say the formation of ITGC. What they not able to send them to where say there is a commission named PPRC. Una go let PPRC go solve. They can't so start for solve. Some people go back then the court. So, okay, now and see una want let me get okay now PPRC they deal to now for conduct this election and they conduct them for ourselves. So the best place for political party for solve whatever problems they get now the PPRC. But I will tell you one thing. Political parties they always get spoilers. We don't try for bring them come very close. At the end of the day, official they can't conclude. Then they put spanner back other side.
Now that's happening currently in the APC situation.
Well, for now I don't see how it happen. Let us deal with because we get two issues, we get complaints.
Yeah,
I see Paul
Kamara
said reception complaint. We send him one complaint to the party for let the party respond. So when the party respond now, we they merge the two. Let's tell you from where this issue come. If you they follow we, the chairman, the government two roles they play because the mediation programs director in other tongue. So I hold two bundles me one at PPRC. Because he said until they pass me back, if you go say AB, we pass with them bundle there for the study the petition and the objection the constitution, the rules and regulations, look in tandem with the constitution. Because when we come, we feel sorry for them because time not in their favor. February, their lifespan they end. And they only get 6 months for extend. And when they go to lower level elections, they go to fix their timeline. Or then timeline and they go for the shift along the way. Because if they do the first level of elections, Posse must can say, they rogue me. This happened. And then constitution rules and regulation go on the acts, they go see the back don't confirm. They get timing. If they say they do zonal election or ward election today, it's Saturday. If you take part by the election this Saturday, by Monday, if you get any issue, if you don't bring it up to their own mechanism, the party, the elections complaint committee, and their committee they back get time like a 48 hours or 72 hours for don't trash them, and then the next Saturday they go to the next level. So if they're not trash them, which means some of the elections them at their level they will get problem, then go for the on all force. And if the person go there, they're not glad with sitting the complaint committee put a Kali complaint to PPRC. That don't bring another 1 week delay. And in order to delay all side, they delay also the problem there. Let me can clear. If the election go on fine all over the country, but 1 or 2 areas get issue, then go they sort the issue, whilst the other one then they go before the elections. Then they go in kitchen out.
Then set of people here will you be refer earlier to as spoilers na the political party them. The PPRC una self they see and say na people they use this as strategy for perhaps get waiting they want, because we already know say there is an issue already in the PPRC where perhaps you agree updates later on the Samsumana saga. Now you say Paul Kamara said don't get a whole file of objections and for the APC. When they see I'm saying a strategy where they use for get waiting they want and delay the party at the other hand.
As a commission, we will look at the two complaints. If they're similar, we they match them as one. So that we not go say we they wait for deal with this. We go delay the party in time. Like I tell you, time not there in their favor. Time not really there in their favor. And I go tell you, say, when would they deal with them political parties there? So they always get them issues then they, that make I tell you before, say, if we see say no one at time you want delay, we don't go on to SL people, don't go on to APC. When would they deal with the SLPP? People they go to the party office, they talk still, and PPRs they delay them. On the APC they use the court to PPRC for delay them. What thing we do? We make a press conference. We even call international community. We name names. Same with the APC. Before they go 2020 elections, they point out on PPRC, they point out on the judiciary. What thing we do? We make a press conference. We name them still at the ITGC. Remember at the ITGC at that time, we will go so say they want to go cancel. We will go so say they want to go cancel. Well, then somehow we go to say, they say no, me are they going to cut first. So when you begin name them names, then the membership of the party will not say them people there. So now them no they not mean good for the party. So sometimes there is some complaint and they will dismiss them.
So you go one for agree with waiting CD. Say most of them objections that we coming now for delay the party in progress.
I no go confirm CD in your position. That is in position. For we waiting I say for make sure say fair play, fairness day. Let's go until we don't send the response. They respond, they complain, the objection to them. Let them respond. When they respond, we go look within the objectors and say, if you're not reasonable, at times we not really need for count themselves in a table for can talk. So let's get from the party, and then we'll get the second response from the one they will object. And what they beg them for, not so because we say we think 14 days now 14 days. We think 14 days we can do it 1 day. They could not say for this one, they get locked, they lock itself saying like a 10, 11 or 12. The last time, well over 100, petitions then come inside. And we'll make sure we attend to each and every one of the petitions. The petitioner will still say, no, make sense. We send them to them. We do the trash, we write to it, say, no, this one, then get lawyers them within the APC. Then go for look at the things. Like I said before, we see some section that wouldn't quote. We're not getting nothing for do politics, not getting nothing for do politics, not getting nothing for do the rules and regulations. But one thing they will get for do the rules and regulations. So just get for send that to them. So let them go at the exam. Then I'll go get for tell you in a response. Say no, this thing they talk about. So I remember what they talk about parliamentarian or for the member for be a juror. I think 102 get for do APC then 104 they talk about privileges of witness. What you get for do the rules and regulations. So you left to them as now for peruse the documents and respond to it.
For be the elephants in the room, the Sam Sumana saga, where we don't reach the PPRC. Waiting at the latest regarding that, because plenty of people foresee say this thing we get for drag the APC for reaching the Supreme Court soonest.
Well, the issue of the Sam Sumana, we give the party 14 days for respond because we not PPRC, we get the powers of the High Court, so they use High Court rules in anything what they do. We possibly complain, we don't get them 14 days. Then 14 days for end this Thursday. On 24th, because when they count High Court rules, when they count back in the count Sundays, because if it will not be the count Sundays, the rules for don't respond by last week Friday or Thursday. But because you omit the Sundays, then come on the Thursday for be the 14 day then for respond. So they wait for the response. APC in a party always done they cooperate with the PPRC, so we'll expect say they go cooperate this time because they all know say time no day in their favor. If they delay the time, now themselves then go delay.
So not just that 5-year clause Sam Sumana lay complain for?
He lay complain on several issues. Some issue then they, that make them very clear. Some issue then they where the courts we don't deal with, we know they dare church them. Because the court we they on top we don't deal with that issue they. We know they church them. But the other issue, like the issue of expulsion, we don't deal with na Supreme Court. We not go touch them. If you want them touch them, I think the Supreme Court they. The issue we get for do is say after in expulsion, what thing happen when they bring and come inside. You say pay membership fee. You say pay nomination fee for the 2023 election, but they still not make it team up, but they make somebody else. When you say we don't go to other political party, we don't team up. We don't team up as only mates them other party. They make intake parts. And then he say it don't exhaust all internal mechanism in the party. Say elders council, it don't go to the grievance handling committee, they're able for handle in matter. I think he look sabi the constitution because the All People's Congress and the SFP constitution, what them don't make they make the first party members, and if you get problem inside party, what will let them exhaust the internal mechanism for solve them problem. Sometimes they them problem no need for not for no self. But then problem, people are not for themselves, so they discuss them problem, then the issues are public, So he say he say then no. They say in particular when India, in that's not correct today. He said in 1982 he joined the APC. And then the party card I think that 2023 and put on they say in the middle acceptance from who stand for. So all of those issues, the party will respond to them. So we'll wait for the party response. When the party respond, then we'll send the response back to them. If you agree with them, we say, okay, it's okay, APC, you are cleared. If you not agree with them, we'll call them back to the mediation table. We can weigh the arguments, them, and the proof. And then he asks you for 5 things, them. He say one for direct the All People's Congress for public notice, say the expulsion of March 2015. He say inconsistent with law, invalid, and for make them change the dates within in card for reflect in membership status na the party. And then say we'll do any other kind of thing for make sure so address any other issues that way it is. And then it documents as annex. It counts even excerpts of the ruling where Justice Arian Fisher J. do in the matter between the Conte and the APC and Escoma and others, where dated I think 2022. And then it came with one letter where General Stephen may write to the party February, I don't know if 2015 or so. It came with receipt of in payment, you know, and then it counts something else. One more thing they will count make. I think another letter where one lawyer Denke they write sometime I think 2020, 21 or therein. So all of them document and they told me will they go forward in complaints to the All People's Congress. I think by Thursday they're gonna respond to it, and we said so then immediately Friday we'll send a response to them. We'll give time for letting itself respond.
PPRC they follow all the media, the discussions and weekend they go on. I believe say it not go influence on our decision, but now for one can get insights as to what exactly can they happen.
Yeah.
This particular matter on floor regarding Sam Sumana and the APC, you think it's an issue where the PPRC based on all the two another in the media and waiting be don't come before now issue on are they able for handle when perhaps not going to reach Supreme Court?
Issue I believe so they handle. We're able to handle them. We're able to handle them based on the party and the Samsumana faction, if they're willing. All of this now willingness. If they're willing for let it be settled, it'll be settled. There are other issues way stronger than this. When they believe Supreme Court, they will for come together. And the most fierce ones before the 2020 election, so we say then they go apart. When someone may say the All People's Congress, we don't hear now the media, the other and scat that died and they can die so. But you see them bounce back and participate in the elections. So what's make they listen the media or they follow the media? Because we get for at some point, therefore involve people that will feel say they are the party with both sides they listen to. So we're not going to just want to call somebody. Then sometimes if you don't in the media, you don't take sides. I will give one example what we deal with I think it was SLPP when they getting problems. Also we feel safe for be elder and the pathway for speak sense. So truth because the person go take on the attend position of vice president in the country instead of joint and defect. So catching him now a list. So they watch the media for the people that will not say even we not take sides, but people we in the middle of this, it wants peace na the party. They make one pa down na Azakwe don't die, blessed memory, the burial like 2 weeks ago. When we see say in a one pa the person and they use for 2 spanner at the work, take 3 hours to go find an Azak to get the phone number, come put in our office, the get justice so that Thompson. We explain here the whole SFPP issue. We explain the whole SFPP issue here. We go sit down at party office now. It changed one day powder and never talk bad about PPRC again. Anytime I can't say I lie them I had the lie. Somebody receive slap in party office because they go mistake. The APC they're not gonna know the people they will call. They may get late, mommy, still. And she's still able to talk to them. But now she's late. So we are still looking around the people that will know say able for make these both sides they will for serious because this is not about personal. Anybody will take your own personal interest above the party interest, they go achieve in personal interest, but it will fail. That because one man a party important. If one man, remember Charles Magai left the SLPP 2005, I would not left and we not get people there. When they go first rounds by election, they will get 38%. Charles Magai pulled 15. If not to be that one man will not make say important. And 15 they lost so APC come inside. The APC said not suffer that one day. Where they don't lost people in the party, who said they get vote, then vote they reduce. So one person in a party, we let them try by all means as a political party for make sure say they hold themselves together. Because we know say they can do it if they get together. So they get for hold themselves together as a political party. Let not forget about your interest. Now people will for sure say they're APC rather than me, I want this position.
You feel like personal interest seem for the play compared to that of the party interest.
But what they say is, for this problem for solve, let everybody forget about personal interest first. Let them remember about the interest of the party. Because if you put your interest before the interest of the party, then you lost 2, 3, 4 members. Then 2, 3, 4 members, then they get followers.
All right, listen, that's going to bring me to CD, because when we been get Sam Sumana and Chief of Staff na the studio here, so last week, this is one thing we make mention of. Say for them, then they feel like the APC they downplay the whole issue, and on an look they see the issue like how it's supposed for be. As a party, how na plan for manage this? Because for them, then they feel like now they get forgive una corner back. So if una not let this issue be resolved, una go probably get issues, forget the numbers from corner. How na plan for resolve this?
I'm not keen like for look at them that way day. Because to me is if there is one issue where the APC don't really accommodate and where we don't be very careful of now the Sam Sumana issue. And I go say this honestly because this na issue where most of the other things that we don't happen in our party a hinge on this issue also. From 2020, we don't deal with this. And we don't meticulously try for deal with them. But of course, like how Lucian say, we always want for ensure say when we deal with them matters they are to will not do them on a personal level. We feel say people in personal interest and for supersede the broader interest of the party or waiting even the law say. Most of the time I can be because the matter the PPRC they take me time how for talk on them. But a lot of the things then we make we suffer in a court. Now that exactly some of the people that we deal with Sam Sumana they ask we for do as a party. First, this matter begin, I want for come back. But I want for let una put now the letter say the language for be reinstatement instead of readmission. If you read the APC constitution from A to Z, nothing or they will say reinstatement. The party clearly states, the constitution clearly states when you don't left the party, whether not by resignation or expulsion, it states clearly how you for come back into the party. So the first side where the delay starts with them coming back into the APC na that. They say the language for B, reinstatement. The letter with the Guyana for B, readmission.
So how in camp within the party?
Are they
because Michael been mentioned that we will stand at the
so are they calm? So
on the party requests for in camp one.
Well, me not know that one day. I not feel say, that now waiting me the focus on. Waiting me the focus na the APC not they exist in isolation. The APC they exist under the laws. We own law and the national law. Now waiting me law say now they code to you so. Whether they go beg you say come back or whether now you beg say you want come back, the process the way they follow. That is what we are saying here. At the end of the day, if we go to court, the court not they look at now beg you for come back. The court they ask we whether we follow the process for let the person come back. So the first side first with the issue start now with the letter. They say not for be readmission and for be reinstatement. That is one. Then we come up at that one day. We come at the letter we they say Ambassador Yansane writer. But in that letter they, if you read the letter clearly states say, yes, the NAC don't agree for let you come back pending the approval of the National Delegates Conference. And the NAC do that letter so deliberately because the NAC no say, as per the constitution of the APC, whether not this one we dey now or the 1995 constitution, now only one body get the authority for pull person at the APC, at the National Delegates Conference. And are the only body that want the back, we get the authority for bring you back. The same National Delegates Conference. So that I make that letter still pending the approval of the National Delegates Conference. Now, if you letter don't clearly state so, delegate conference not happen, then in the process, the national executive, the court say that national executive will then elect or will come out of the convention 2017. That national executive did not be constituted well. That NAC itself not be constituted well. So all we then do in null and void. Then the court set up an interim body. Say we now go to manage the affairs of the APC until we get an executive we properly constituted as per the laws of the APC. And by the way, ITGC will get specific mandates. And the mandates not be include for deal with Samswana issue. It was out of their jurisdiction because that one in a constitutional matter. If you know all of that one day, then you go take money, give Alfred Peter Conte and ITGC. Even for period then, we a member of C4C, clearly you're not a member of APC. You understand? And when we come in, unfortunately, we're not getting kind record than they from ITGC. When would them be not elect we now? We not get a hand in over there and the records than they from ITGC say this happened, that happened. But in any case, this same ITGC with the IEMC where the court constitute, now then can we go into convention and the one they already apply, they vet them. And they vet them. They vet Samsumana. And then the same ITGC say they not qualify for contest 2023 election. So, but again, the matter the PPRC.
Yes.
So we will go to the PPRC and defend we self. But one thing no more with me they say, we self get a responsibility, Mabel. We spend 3 years in court for waiting because people then say we violate the constitution and we violate the national constitution. People then say we constitution not being democratic. So that made the court now tell you say, okay, when I go do a more democratic constitution, and as the law require when we do we not just do we make a law. No, we try and go PPRC, Gazetting, people that challenge, like how Lucian say, we get over 100 or more petitions. Some of them we spend time, we go sit down. You know, unfortunately, some of you not be involved because we are banned then by the courts.
For them,
not for involved by the process.
For them at this stage, the only deal breaker for them now for una allow Chief Samsumana for contest like every other possible one for be flag bearer for this 2028 elections. Is it possible?
The law not the work so. With constitution clear as to eligibility. Maybe even the national constitution clear on that. We all are Sierra Leoneans. But the national constitution make it clear who that qualify for run for waiting.
But now that one young clause where they talk about 5 years and I not fit into within the national constitution say.
Well, this
when they say then they use for probably take on to high court because they say like you belong to a political party.
Well, now this
and
is
not specify say you for don't be 5 years and a political
this is
party.
where people they misinterpret the national constitution. Section 35 of the national constitution very clear. The national constitution however require a party then for show timeline. All within the national constitution require political parties for do therefore present a presidential candidate. That presidential candidate where you party they present, that presidential candidate for meet the requirement na section 41. Where the national constitution say, if party not put forward candidates for president, national constitution go kick in. No, you ever fulfill section 42 first. We say party shall nominate presidential candidate. We no limit anybody. It open for let you be a member of the party. We constitution day. If you not fit into that day, it open for let you join other party. But the national
Chief Samsumana not qualified for this election.
But the national constitution is very clear. Say it require we as a political party for at the end of the day nominate a presidential candidate. That presidential candidate they will nominate if for meet requirements of section 41. We don't put any candidate who not 40 years. No. We don't put any candidate when a citizen of another country. No, we don't put any candidate who not qualified. No, we don't even put no candidate. So how people are going to say we don't violate the national constitution?
For contest.
That the constitution of APC get down there for say, not to me.
On a constitution, it qualify based on a requirement.
Chief Samsumana get a membership card where they get based on the time where it complete the processes of coming back into the party. And I really want, I will take me time for understand, because for explain this, because people in the field say with the target. No, some of the delays of him coming back into the party, now he's a self-creator. I always they say this to them, they don't give one for Harry. Because like I said, take for example the language in the letter. You spend months, if not over a year or two, just for argue the party say, therefore change that language from readmission to reinstatement. So imagine if inside that 1 year day, you be don't accept that letter day, and also when we be going to the convention 2020, one of the matter they will be for go address and be matter based on that letter, now be matter for readmitter. But then, at that same day, some of them go influence people there. After we PPRC don't go for mediate, fine between we, they go influence people there for carry go court. The court go in jump to the convention not happen. So the only time convention where delegate conference actually happen, when I did the decision go make now say, yes, let me readmit then, was in 2023. And if you were delegate conference don't say, therefore readmit, you get a process where you get for follow as per we constitution. So tell them processes then they don't. Now based on that, then get in card with the dates we get now.
We go follow up on that.